Yes, right. And then just pop on the logo somewhere down there, Creek logo. All right, now let's go set up the live score. All right, home or away? We are away, which is unusual, but it's Alter's home rink also. So really, you just have to change the spring to the Alter. See, we're all good. Here's the set. Yeah, looks good. Just showing up correctly over in Yep, there. Yep. Then the last thing is the come down and get here. Feeling better?
Yeah, I get there. Thanks.
Come
Guys, good?
Programs. Then
Ready? See ya.
and we're still away, so just change the home icon.
Well, blew it. Yeah, at the end, I saw those 2 weak interceptions. Yeah.
They were going up and down the field.
Yeah. Vikings were good today.
How are you doing?
Okay.
Then I did it again the other night, and you can run the almost every entire game. So
You got to start. They got to. Keys to the game today. We got to stop number 8, obviously. Their team, and we got to make sure they don't get shots in front of our goal. Shots from the perimeter are fine, but if they get shots from inside, we'll be in trouble.
Gabe, right?
Yeah, Gabe will get started. Yeah. Good. All right.
All right. Greg, I'm trying to do some rough stats. I'm gonna have the stat sheet. Good? Yep. Thanks. There you are. Not sure who's going to run the camera yet. I'll have somebody up here for it. When the 5-minute warm-up starts, okay, you're already recording. That's cool. When the 5-minute warm-up starts, just turn that off. And if nobody's up here, if you just pan over to our warm-up side, and then either me or somebody else will be up before game time. Good?
Yep, I'm all
All right, cool. Thank you. Yes, you good?
Yep.
All right. Have Kent do a quick sound check on his mic. Actually, it looks like he's plugged in and not muted, so it looks like we got good audio coming in.
Sound check, test 1 2, test 1 2. Sound check, Beavercreek against Alter, December 7th. Okay. about open. If I send you an expanded scope to make a longer open, can you guys do that in class?
I mean, like, we haven't really, I don't really know if we need one beyond. Oh, like it's not one for the engineering.
I just thought it wouldn't seem more professional. And, you know, like, here's the game. I'm gonna have to go off some of the sponsors. Like, say, Beavercreek Hockey is brought to you in part by. Might be alright.
It's gonna be alright.
Okay. I'll send this script. How you doing? Yeah, I'm doing better. In fact, I'm glad you said something. I didn't even hit my pulse. I'm still working on a couple of the other sponsors to send us a commercial that hopefully they want to see more. Are we all set? Good afternoon, everyone, from Kettering Ice Arena. Welcome once again to Battling Beaver Hockey. My name is Kent Jacobs. I'm here with our producer and engineer today, Aiden King, and Curve Miller is our camera operator. It is our first altercation of the season. The Beavers against crosstown rival, the Alder Knights. The Knights are off to a big start. They are 7-1. Their only loss coming to club team St. Xavier. And so the Alder Knights, heavy with 6 seniors. They are looking very good, and they're already atop the Southwest Ohio High School Hockey League standings. The Beavercreek Beavers, they are at 3-3, coming off a tough 3-0 loss the other night against Springboro. The Beavers are now 1-1 in the Southwest Ohio High School Hockey League. The Alder Knights are on top of the standings in the league with a 2-0 league record. The Knights are led by Evan Schultz. Evan with 12 goals on the season. Also, they are led by Logan Adams with 14 assists. And probably the big story of the season so far for the Knights is the play of senior goaltender Thomas Drake. Thomas, the only goalie on the Knights roster, and he has a 7-1 record, which mirrors, of course, the team record. But with a 188 goals against average coming into the game and a sterling 928 save percentage. The Beavers, on the other hand, led by Chase Newroth, senior forward. Chase with 8 goals so far in the season. Also Hayden Drake, a senior defenseman, with 5 goals on the season. Hayden and Chase and also Matt Haywood lead the team, all with 5 assists apiece. In goal for the Beavers tonight will be Big Hoss, Gabe Horseman. And now public address announcer for the Knights, Brian Mahoney, will introduce the starting lineups. This, of course, is a home game for Alter. It's their teacher appreciation night. They had a ceremony before the game. We'll stand by right now for the starting lineups. Here is Brian Mahoney. Now for the Beavers, Zach Vanden Boss will come to the blue line. Matt Haywood. Austin Alfaro, freshman, will be starting. Shotgun, Hayden Drake. There's Chase the Dream Newroth. And Big Hoss, Gabe Horseman. And now the rest of the Beavers to the blue line. Now for the Alder Knights. Dixon Phillips. Lincoln Tigret. There's Jake Henry. Thomas Drake. Now to the blue line, and the rest of the Alder Knights. Now, everyone from the Kettering Ice Arena, stand by for the playing of the national anthem. The Alder Knights are coached by Kevin Berry. Assistant coaches are Drew Janego and Sean Plyman. Team manager Angie Mahoney. The Beavercreek Beavers coached by Greg Gutterman. Assistant coaches Brad Lloyd, Cam Quick, Pete Sandus, Andy Cruzy, and Matt Michno. Referees for today's game are Eric Schreiner and Clay Terrell. Alter will be in their home white sweaters with black trunks and the familiar gold and black trim, while the Beavers are in their sharp new black uniforms with the orange and white trim. Referee Eric Schreiner at center ice, ready to drop the puck. Beavers are moving left to right in this first period. From the draw as Dixon Phillips wins the faceoff for Alder. Puck cleared over to the Knights blue line. Here's Edmonds of Alder. Poke checked away by Drake. Loose puck, Vandenboss flips to center. Played there by Tigrit of Alder. His pass picked off by Drake. Drake will dump it all the way back into the Alder zone. Icing waved off. Back to get it. Lincoln Tigrit of the Knights. His pass intercepted. Clear back behind the Knights net. Picking it up, Jake Henry. Pass at center. Intercepted by Alfaro of Beavercreek. Then he has it picked away. A loose puck picked up by Alex Wise. His pass intercepted. And here comes Chase Newroth. Shot is caught by Thomas Drake. And Thomas will hold on to it for a faceoff. Right wing circle draw. Newroth wins the faceoff. Back for teammate Tyler Calander. He's checked. Back come the Knights the other way. A.J. Mahoney, the junkyard puppy, is checked. Puck caroms all the way down the ice. And before Eli Grader can pick it up, it carries past the Alder goal line for icing against Beavercreek. Face off in the right wing circle to the left of Gabe Horseman. From the draw, Beavers come back. Here's Vandenboss. He's poke checked away as he reached the Alder line. Back come the Knights, A.J. Mahoney. Along the wall, behind the Beaver net now, he's checked. Puck right in front of the Beaver cage, and we've got a whistle. I think we have an early penalty. And that is going to be Evan Schrader of Beavercreek going off for roughing. So Alder has a power play. One-man advantage for the Knights. Here's Phillips, drops it off for Adams, centering, a shot, and they score! Tip-in goal by Evan Schultz. And for Evan Schultz, that is his team leading 13th goal of the season. Knights with an early 1-0 lead. Who was the second assist? Did you hear that? I didn't hear it catch the second assist on that play. We'll get it later. Now the other way is a centering pass intended for Prefer that gets broken up. Matt Haywood of Beavercreek is able to clear the zone. Knights will circle back in their own end. 12 minutes to play, first period. Alder up 1-0. There's a pass for Prefer. He's poke checked away. Back at center is Adams. Rink wide pass for Landon Phillips. There's a shot and his pad save by Horseman, and the rebound cleared away. After it, Schrader. Schrader is checked by Logan Adams, or Jake Henry, rather, Jake Henry, before he could make a play on the puck. Schrader knocked into the boards there by Lincoln Tigret. Loose puck near corner of the Alder zone. He was trying to make a play, trailing 1-0. Pass back to the point, but it's between teammates Breiting and Vandenbos and all the way down the ice. Puck stolen in the Beaver zone, and a pass in front and intended for Adams is broken up and cleared away. Now Breiting of Beavercreek. For Vandenbos, puck stolen. There's a shot by Landon Phillips, and it's turned aside by Big Haas, and he'll hold on to it. Wise and Edmonds back on for Alter. Calander and Drake on for Beavercreek, along with Clayton Barker. From the faceoff. In the Creek zone, Barker clears up to neutral ice. Edmonds tries to play it. Calander steals it, chucks it back to the Alder line. Knights retake possession. Almost a dangerous giveaway, as Grader almost handed it right off to Chase Neuroth of Beavercreek, and Chaser would have had a 1-0 breakaway had he been able to pickpocket that puck. Puck now in the Beaver zone. It's cleared to center. Here's Neuroth. 1-on-3 the other way. Neuroth over the line. A shot turned aside by Drake. Rebound to center. Here's Edmonds. He'll check it behind the Beaver net and chase it down. Then he lost the handle, and the puck is cleared away down the ice. Knights reset at center. Pass into the Beaver zone, picked off by Drake, and he'll clear it away. Back is Lincoln Tigret. Tigret to Edmonds. Edmonds pass to Wise over the Beaver line right wing. His shot blocked. Schultz in the corner for Wise. He's checked there. The puck is cleared to center. Beaver's trying to break out with it. And Malik is tackled. And we've got a penalty coming up, I think. I'm surprised if there's no penalty on that play, but so far nothing. Here's Schultz's shot, and off the pad of Horseman. Henry holds in the rebound. Behind the net for A.J. Mahoney. Schultz and Malik fight for it. Malik knocked down to the ice. Puck held in by Tigret. Tigret, a one-time pass in front of Mahoney, and Horseman, pardon me, is there. Sorry, folks, I'm trying to get over a head cold and scratchy throat, and I'm doing my best here this afternoon. Grader is back in now for the Knights. And now coming on for the Beavers, Austin Alfaro. From the face-off in the Creek zone, Schultz behind the net. Schultz, far boards, in the corner now. Schultz trying to make a play from behind the net. wraps it around, drops it back, and back to DeSanto, and he'll hold it in. Pass back to Mahoney behind the net. Trucks it over to Schultz. Schultz behind the net now. Fights off a check. Pass back to the point is checked away, and all the way back to the Alder zone goes DeSanto. DeSanto's pass broken up by Alfaro, stolen by Newrock. Over the night line, shot is off a stick high and wide. And we'll have a face-off. Is my bag down there? Is my bag down there? I need to get my cough drops out of it. Thanks. Face-off will be in the night zone. 7:54 to go in the first period. Alter in the white sweaters leads it 1-0. Here come the Knights the other way. Phillips centers, tip, pad save, rebound save. And the next rebound is off to the corner. Knights hold it in. There, Luke Owe. Opposite corner, Schultz. Schultz shucks it behind the net to Adams. And the puck comes in on Big Hoss, and he'll hold on to it. $7:13 to go in the first period. We're past the midway point of period number 1. Alder Knights on a goal by Evan Schultz lead it 1-0. And that was a power play goal. Beavers the other way, shot wide. Barker tries to hold it in. It's tipped to center. Back to get it, Haywood of Beavercreek. He'll dump it in. Knights clear it right back out. Here comes Owe, drop pass, Adams. Adams tries to get a shot away. It's blocked by Drake and cleared away. Icing is waved off on this play. Loose puck behind the Alder net. Pass to center for Henry. Henry over the Beaver line, checked. And it's cleared to the center red line. But as a Beaver player is knocked down, there's a roughing penalty coming up on the Knights. And that is Jake Henry for a roughing. Mr. Henry, no stranger to the penalty box. He leads the Alder Knights in penalty minutes. Power play Beavercreek. They're in the black uniforms, trailing at 1-0. 5:50 to go in the first. Callander holds the puck in momentarily, and then it's tipped away to center. There's a shot from neutral ice taken by Eli Grader. Save made by Horseman, and he'll hold on to the rebound. Face off in the Beaver zone. 5:38 to go in the period. And referee Clay Terrell saying something to the Beaver bench. Shot by Tigert, tips wide. Nixon Phillips checked by Schrader. Knights hold the puck in the Beaver zone. Beavers on a one-man advantage. Now Drake Hayden Drake passed to center for Haywood. He'll dump it in the Alter zone. 1 minute left in the Beaver power play. Tyler Calander, a shot. That's caught by Thomas Drake, and he'll hold on to it. From the draw, here's Drake, a shot blocked by Evan Schultz. .45 seconds left in the Beaver power play. Drop pass to Drake, right point, fakes a shot. Tries to center for a tip by Malik. Pad save by Drake. Newroth tries to center, it's intercepted. Evan Schultz over the Beaver line. Schultz right in front. Shot, pad save. Rebound, pad save. Here's Schultz, a shot. It's caught by Horseman. Gabe Horseman standing real tall on that sequence. Got some messages. Hi, Kent and family. Hi, Nigel. How you doing? From Nigel Gunn, our good friend. Megan Mahoney. Hey, Megan. Megan says, hey, Kent, another year. Let's go, Alter. Nice to talk to you tonight, Megan. Sorry, I've got a cold and scratchy throat. I'm going to be coughing. I'm trying to eat a cough drop while we're doing this. Nancy Jeske. Hi, Nancy. She says, go Beavers. JPS says, go Creek. And Jilly says, let's go Creek. Slash Dog says, enjoying the game. Hope the Beavers come back. Missed the past couple of games and glad to be seeing this one. Hi, Slash Dog. Hello to everybody, and it's nice to correspond with you folks, whether you're pardon me, a Beaver fan or an Alder fan. Here's Phillips' shot. And the save made. Sorry about the coughing, folks. You'll have to just bear with me. 3:22 to go in the period. 1-0 for Alder, and it's icing on Beavercreek. At the end of the period, I will clarify who got the assists on Evan Schultz's power play goal. I believe they said Logan Adams was one assist, and then I could not hear who the other assist was. At the end of the period, we'll try to catch up on that. Face off in the Beaver zone. Logan Adams will face it off against Ethan Malik. Malik wins the draw, back for teammate Jasmine Miller. Pass deflected off to the corner, stolen by the Knights. There's a shot by Henry right on, and a save made by Horseman. Got wholesale changes. Drake and Newroth on the ice, and Waldron for Beavercreek. Got Alfaro back on. Edmonds on for Alter. From the face-off, Beavers have it behind their own net. Drake wraps it around the dasher board. It deflects over the glass, and we'll have another face-off. Another face-off, left wing circle of the Beaver zone. From the draw, loose puck picked up by Zach Vandenbos. Vandenbos will bang it off the far wall down the ice, and that'll be icing against Beavercreek. Haywood and Brighting back on for Beavercreek. Drake was going to go off, and is sent right back in. from the draw in the Beaver zone. Puck chipped down the ice. After it, Jake Henry. He'll beat Newroth to the puck. Newroth trying to poke check him away, and Newroth goes into the wall hard. He's back on his feet. Here comes Phillips for Alter. Around Briding. Rims the puck around to the left point for Tigert. Tigert at the blue line. Shot blocked by Newroth. And unable to hold the puck in are the Knights, and Henry will have to go back. To Edmonds. Drops it off to Wise. He'll circle back. Wise back to Tigert. 2 minutes to go in the period. Alter up 1-0. They're in the white sweaters. Here comes Edmonds, stripped by Matt Haywood. Hands it off to Drake. Rink wide Newroth. He'll dump it in and head to the bench on a line change. Back on Malik and Vanden Boss. Here come the Knights. Lincoln Tigert running the boards behind the net along with Schrader. Schrader is able to clear the puck to the blue line. It's held in by Henry. Bangs it into the far corner for Schultz. Evan Schultz. Pass off the boards behind the net to A.J. Mahoney. A.J. to teammate Grader. Grader checked. Puck carried to center by Malik. Here's A.J. Mahoney back over the Beaver line. He's ridden into the boards in the corner by Briding. They wrestle around there. Under a minute to go in the period. And we've got a penalty coming up, probably due to that wrestling match between Briding and Mahoney. Well, let's see who goes off on a roughing minor. So it is A.J. Mahoney in that wrestling match with Zach Briding. And A.J. goes to the penalty box for roughing. And Junkyard Puppy is going to have to sit for a couple minutes. So Beavers 0 for 1 on the power play, get another chance. Half a minute to go in the period. Knights pass to center, picked off by Calander. To Malik. Over the Alder line. Malik in the puck tips up over the glass out of play, and we'll have a face-off. Drew Vanden Boss back on. Malik will take a seat for Beavercreek. 21 seconds to go in period 1. From the draw, Newroth from his own face-off, carries behind the net, shoots, pad save by Drake. Beavers control the rebound. Here's Calander to Newroth. Pass over to Shotgun Drake is off of his skate to center ice, and the buzzer sounds the end of the period. I think Newroth was trying to pass it over to Shotgun for one of his big one-time slap shots. It's 1-0 for Alter at the end of one period. And hold on, folks, let me clarify that first goal for Alter. Please stand by. Okay. Got it from Brian Mahoney, the public address announcer for Alter. That goal was Evan Schultz, power play assisted by Logan Adams and Dixon Phillips. And that's where we're at, 1-0 for the Knights. For Logan Adams, that's his team leading 15th assist. And Dixon Phillips, that's his 9th. For Evan Schultz, that's his team leading 14th goal of the season. They'll resurface the ice after the second period. See, we've got some messages, everybody. Bonnie Van Boss says, "Go Beavers." John George says, "Thank you for your broadcast or enjoying it. Go Knights." Thank you, John George. It's nice to hear from you this evening. Nancy Jeske, our pal, says, "Hope you feel better soon, Kent." Thank you very much. Thanks for giving it your all. Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate all of you guys, your messages. 1 minute left in the Beaver power play. They trail it 1-0. Puck in the Beaver zone. Drake bangs it off the far boards to center for Newroth. Hands it off to Ethan Malik over the night line, and it's cleared to center, intercepted. Here's Grader. Makes a move past Drake, but lost the handle of the puck. 35 seconds left in the Beaver power play. And the penalty to A.J. Mahoney on roughing. Here comes Calander to Malik. His pass picked off by Adams. And then Malik picks off Adams and carries back in over the night blue line. But a teammate was in ahead of the play offside. Kent Jacobs from Kettering Ice Arena, along with our producer, engineer Aiden King, and our videographer tonight is Curve Miller. Face off on the near spot. At center ice, Breiting pass for Schrader. Schrader, his pass is intercepted and cleared down the ice. There's 5 seconds left in the Beaver power play. Now the penalty's killed off. The Beavers 0 for 2 tonight on the power play chance. Loose puck at center. Picked up there by Schrader. Schrader will dump it in. Knights Jake Henry back to get it. Henry on left wing. Through neutral ice over the Beaver line past Breiting. He stops. And it rims around behind the net. Puck centered for Mahoney, and it's tipped wide. Now a chance for Logan Adams. Adams, stick handling, over into the left wing circle, drops it back for Henry. Shakes off a check, throws the puck in front. It's deflected behind the net, off to the far boards. Puck centered again, intercepted, and Drake will clear it away. Was that Drake or no? I'm sorry, that's Vandenboss. And that is an icing against Beavercreek as the puck carries the length of the rink. Calander, Barker, Newroth, Haywood on the ice now for the Beavers. Evan Schultz wins the draw, but it's a misplay on the faceoff. We'll do it again. Newroth tossed out of the circle in favor of Matt Haywood. Puck drop. Puck face-off won by the Knights. Phillips gets it over, tries to throw it in front. Now here's Mahoney. Mahoney to the near corner, tries to center it. It gets over to the far wing corner. Beavers can't clear it. The centering pass to Mahoney broken up. Beavers pass for Newroth a little too far ahead of him. Knights clear to center. Loose puck picked up for the Knights by Logan Adams. Adams, side of the net for Schultz. Shot, and the save made by Big Haas, and the rebound carried to center. Beaver player knocked down. Loose puck Schultz back over the Beaver line, stick handling in front, and then poke checked away as he tried to move in front of the net. Here's Schultz again, trying to fight off Drake. Drake will bang it off the wall to the blue line. It's held in there momentarily and then tipped to center. Here's Eli Grader right up the gut. A shot! And it's off the goalpost. Eli Grader moving right up the slot area, and he got a great shot. Now here's Dixon Phillips, a tip that's wide from in front of the Beaver net. The Beavers dodge a bullet with Eli Grader. This barreling right through the slot area between the face-off circles, and he got a good shot. And Horseman may have got a piece of it, but it pinged off the goalpost. Face-off in the Beaver zone, 11:21 to go in the second. Alter in white leads at 1-0. Lincoln Tigert is shot up high over the crossbar of the Beaver net. Knights still have it. Phillips shooting. Pad save by Big Haas, and he'll hold on to it. Say why Big Haas? It's because he's, I think, 6'5" or 6'6", and the last name Horseman, and so the horse name just kind of translates to Haas. Just like Bonanza. If you're an old guy like me and you remember Bonanza with Haas Cartwright. And in that show, Haas was an abbreviation for horse. Here's a shot by Tigert. Pad save by Horseman. Rebound is tipped to center. Knights will have to circle back. Here's Phillips. Pass Schrader over the Beaver line. Drop pass broken up by Vandenbos. Knights still have it in the Beaver zone. There's a shot wide from the left wing. Tigert tries to throw it in front. It's deflected away. Schrader after it. He's beaten to the puck by Henry, and Henry will clear to center. Loose puck at center. Picked up for the Knights by Luke Owe. Puck center, and his shot right in front, and Horseman has it. I think he wasn't sure that he did. He looks down like to make sure it's there, and it is between the big leg pads, and Big Haas will hold on to it. We'll hear from our sponsors of Beaver Hockey at the end of the period. Here's Grader left, right point. Rink wide pass. I didn't see who the pass was made to. Oh, it's Edmonds. And Edmonds tries to carry in front, and his shot is wide as he tumbles to the ice. Now a loose puck along the far boards fought for by 4 different players. Edmonds has it at his skates. He'll chip it behind the Beaver net. After it, Vandenbos of Beavercreek. Vandenbos bangs it off the wall to the blue line. Held in there by Edmonds, then it's tipped away. 9:25 to go in period number 2. The Knights lead at 1-0. Here's Edmonds, a shot at the Beaver net, and it's caught by Horseman, and Gabe will hold on to it. And it's Teacher Appreciation Day for the Knights, so they had a ceremony where before the game where all the players introduced their favorite teacher. From the draw in the Beaver zone, Phillips tries to chuck it ahead. Beavers clear it. Back to get it, Eli Grader of Alter. Grader stops to shake off a check by Vandenbos. Pass up ahead, intended for Mahoney, is off his stick. And back behind the Alder net. Here's Evan Schultz. Cutting through center. Poke checked away by Malik nicely. Puck now loose in the Beaver zone. Along the wall, there's a big hit and a whistle. And I think is somebody going to go off? And it is a Beaver player, I believe. Let's see. And referee Schreiner wants to have a word with Zach Breiting. He's sending him to the box. And I think that referee Schreiner may have been giving Zach Briding, I don't know if it was a warning or what about that type of play. I'm not sure, but he sent Zach to the box and he wanted to have a word with him. Here's a power play for the Knights. Puck in front of the Beaver net. A shot, and it's swatted away by Big Haas. Loose puck for the Knights. Here is Wise. Check that, Phillips. Phillips checked by Haywood. Dixon Phillips circles top of the slot, fans on a shot, and the puck is cleared away by Haywood. Back to get it is Jake Henry. Henry, pass to Phillips, swatted away by Matt Haywood, stolen by Newroth, a shot, pad save! And the rebound comes in front of the Knight net, and it's cleared away to Lincoln Tigret. Over the Beaver line, Tigret. Fans on a pass, goes back to pick it up, drops it behind the net. Knights have it. They have a power play chance for another minute. Here's Dixon Phillips, right point. Shot blocked off a skate boot of Newroth. Knights have it in the far corner. Now back to the point. There's a shot taken by Logan Adams, is blocked. Adams gets it back, rink wide Henry, one-timer off a skate wide. 25 seconds left in the power play, and the Beavers clear the puck. Back is Jake Henry, being shadowed by Chase Newroth. Pass at center, Tigret around Malik over the Beaver line, drop pass for Edmonds, drops it behind the net, now to Tigret. Right point, Henry. Left point, Edmonds. Shot, save, rebound, picked up and cleared away by the Beavers. The penalty has been killed off, so that turns out to be an icing violation on the Beavers. Briding out of the box. Got Vandenboss, Schrader, Briding on for Beavercreek along with Malik. Evan Schultz will take the face-off for the Knights against Ethan Malik. From the draw. Knights win the face-off. There's a centering pass for Schultz. He tips it wide. Schultz behind the net now, trying to make a play. Puck centered right in front. Here's Grader. Grader right point. Tips it in the corner. There's a shot at the Beaver net, and it's blocked. Grader trying to hold the puck in. Drops it to Mahoney. Fans on a shot at the top of the slot, and the loose puck is then cleared away down the ice by Beavercreek, and it is icing on the Beavers. Eli Schultz from Logan Adams and Dixon Phillips is all we've got so far, folks. 6 minutes and 2 seconds left in the second period, so we're past the midway point of the game, and it's 1-0. Face off in the Beaver zone. Picked up by Alfaro. He's shoved down to the ice, and there's a whistle. Might have an alter penalty. A check from behind as Austin Alfaro was just shoved down to the ice from behind. And let's see who goes in. Uh-oh. Referee Schreiner is saying, do you want 2 minutes or 5 minutes? Because he doesn't like them arguing. Cross check, I believe, is on Edmonds. We'll get an announcement. Referee Schreiner does not mess around. Here's a tip puck the other way. Here's Phillips. Gets a shot. Pad save by Horseman. So it was Tanner Edmonds for cross-checking. Grader tips the puck into the Beaver zone. They fight for it behind the net. Beavers come away with it. Drake On right wing over the Alters line to Drew Vandenboss. His one-time shot is wide. And Beavers lose the puck to center. Calander back to get it. Calander checked by Grader. Loose puck, Newroth. Over the Alter line, Chase Newroth. Cuts behind the net. Drop pass to the point. Here's Calander. Back to Newroth, right wing circle. Fires right on, and the save made by Thomas Drake. 55 seconds left in the Beaver power play. 4:50 to go in the period. Adams and Phillips. That's Landon Phillips back on for Alter. Malik back on for the Beavers. From the face-off, puck chipped to center ice. Loose puck. Logan Adams tips it ahead. It's stolen by Newroth. Over the Alter line, a shot is off a stick wide. Picked up by Phillips, and here he comes. Phillips around Drake. But Drake is able to poke check the puck away and get it to Newroth at center. Over the Alter line. Right wing. Tips it side of the net for Haywood. Haywood. In the corner. Haywood back for Calander. Tyler Calander pass is picked off by Adams. Foot race the other way. Here comes Logan Adams moving in a shot. And Big Hoss may have gotten a piece of that, but it's wide. Here's Malik. Boy, what a chance for Logan Adams for a shorthanded goal. Here's a shot by Malik and a stick save by Drake, and it deflects up over the glass. Shots on goal right now heavily favoring Alter, 24-10. DeSantis and Grader back on, along with Schultz and Prefer and Mahoney for Alter. We've got Alfaro, Schrader, Vandenboss, and Brighting, I think it is, on for Beavercreek. And referee Clay Terrell has to get an implement to help repair the Alter goal. It came loose from its mooring. And we'll have a slight delay here, folks. Nice to hear from everybody tonight. Megan Mahoney, our pal, and Nigel Gunn, our good friend. Nancy Desky, she's our buddy. Slash Dog. And everybody else, it's great to hear from you. Love to hear from you, whether you're an Alder fan or a Beaver fan. Oh, Schrader almost had an open net to shoot at on a rebound. Couldn't quite get the stick on it. Here come the Knights the other way. Here's Grader. Around Brighting, a shot. It's off the side of the net. Loose puck, Beavers. Pass to center for Schrader. It's off a stick down the ice. Picked up by Schultz. His rink-wide pass for Schultz is broken up by Brighting. Now Brighting is able to check Schultz. Loose puck picked up by Tommy Prefer. He dumps in the Beaver zone. Here's Chase Newroth. Drop past Drake. Drake trying to get it back to Newroth at center. Touch pass picked off by the Knights. Grader. Rink-wide pass for Phillips all the way down the ice off the wall, and it'll be icing against Alter. 2:47 to go in the second. Clayton Barker back on for the Beavers. We got Drake. We got Newroth. And we've got Zach Vandenboss. Face off in the Alder zone from the draw. Drake lines one up. A shot. It's blocked. Knights shoot to center. After it, Phillips gets past two Beavers. And a shot and a stick save by Horseman. There's a shot again by Edmonds' pad save. Rebound picked up by the Beavers. Matt Haywood shakes off a check. Gets it behind the Alder net. He's ridden down to the ice there by Phillips. Loose puck, Haywood fighting for it with Phillips. Haywood is knocked to the ice face first, and that'll be a penalty on the Knights. Might be big Dixon Phillips. That's Jake Henry. Jake Henry interference. We mentioned how Jake is the leader in penalty minutes on this Alter team. That's his second of the game. Beavers power play, they're 0 for 3 so far. Trying to tie this game up before the end of the second period. Matt Haywood centers, and it's tipped wide. Palander trying to hold it in. It tips to center. Knights have it. They'll clear it down the ice. 1:40 left in the period. 1:35 left in the Beaver power play. Here's Hayden Drake. Drake's pass picked off by Landon Phillips. A shot! And it's wide of the Beaver net. Beavers start out. Newroth over the night line, checked by Grader. Drops it off to Vandenbosch. Drew Vandenbosch shot is chipped up off a stick high and wide. Beaver player just flattened. That's Malik. Loose puck, Knights the other way. Logan Adams poke check. Back are the Beavers. Drew Vandenbosch. And he's stripped by Tigret. Loose puck picked up by Adams over the Beaver line. Adams centers, and that's intercepted by Evan Schrader. Schrader checked. Loose puck. Drake will get it over to Schrader at center. Over the night blue line. Lost it. Here's Malik. He's got a chance. Checked by Adams before it could pull the trigger on a shot. 25 seconds left in the period. Here's a blast by Drake. And shotgun right on, but it's caught by Thomas Drake. And do we have another penalty coming up? I think it's Lincoln Tigret. A roughing minor on Lincoln Tigret. I was going to say, referee Eric Schreiner, he is, like when he was making that one warning to that one player, do you want 2 minutes or you want 5? He doesn't mess around. Mr. Schreiner. Drake fires, hammers it off the end boards. Puck ricochets down the ice. Just 5 seconds left. Hayden Drake with that howitzer. Now here's Newroth, a shot from center, and a save made by Drake right at the buzzer. We got a good one, folks. 2 periods in the books, and it's exciting. Shots on goal favoring Alder 27-12. And after 2 periods, the score, it's Alder 1 and Beavercreek nothing. We're going to hear from our sponsors. And then we'll be back in a few minutes. Again, the score 1-0 Alter. Back in a few minutes. This is Beavercreek battling Beaver hockey.
Most nuisance pests live outside your home, but they're always trying to get inside.
Go-To Pro's bodyguard service hits the pests outside, right where they're living, so they are killed before they can invade your home.
The pest solutions are applied outside, so there's no exposure risk inside. I like that.
For over 30 years, our experts have been protecting homes and families from pest attack and damage.
Call the pros. Go-To Pros Pest Control. Done right.
Looking for a realtor? Then you should give Rhonda Comble a call. She's associated with Irongate Realty, a top-selling realtor in Greene County, a graduate from Miami University, and she has sold over $280 million worth of homes. She's a long supporter of Beavercreek and Dayton Stealth Hockey. Rhonda says, go Beavers. Check out Irongate Realty today.
Go.
Hey hockey fans, do you feel like you're skating on thin ice with the IRS? Maybe you feel like your retirement planning is in the penalty box. Hey, I'm Curve Miller, Senior Wealth Advisor and Senior Vice President at Russell Total Wealth and Wellness, where we help good people make great decisions so they can have an amazing retirement. Now, when is the last time you took a look at the risk you're taking with your money? It could be time to sharpen your planning so you can pursue a total wealth hat trick with your retirement savings. Don't skate with your head down. Get in the game and pursue your goals with your head up. Now let's get back to the action. Go Creek Hockey!
We'd also like to mention our good pal Bill Daniels and the Dayton's Original Pizza Factory, 1414 Wayne Avenue. We'd just like to let you know that you can pick up an award-winning pizza from Bill at Dayton's Original Pizza Factory. Award-winning pizza and all type of salads, all type of grinder subs. You can't beat a pizza, a sub, or a salad from Dayton's Original Pizza Factory. Bill takes care of us during all of our team events, provides us with free pizza and salads and subs. We appreciate everything Bill does for Beaver hockey and for high school hockey in Ohio in general. That's Dayton's Original Pizza Factory. Also, the TJ Awards Company in Beavercreek, our sponsor once again this season, Beaver hockey. And if you need any type of trophy or ribbon or whatever for either your sports team or your sales force or whatever, stop by TJ Awards Company in Beavercreek. Other sponsors for Beaver hockey, of course, we heard the announcement for Rhonda Shamball of Irongate Realtors. We always appreciate Rhonda. She has been a sponsor of Beaver hockey and Dayton Stealth Hockey for several years now. We appreciate everything Rhonda Shamball does for high school hockey in the area. 26 Technologies, a sponsor this season, as well as the Dayton Stealth Hockey program is sponsoring Beaver hockey. Beavercreek Pizza Dive is sponsoring us this year. If you want a nice pizza, go see the Pizza Dive on Dayton Xenia Road in Beavercreek. Milano's Pizza and Sub, another pizza sponsor, as they're out there on Fairfield Road, and also have a location in Miamisburg out there near the Dayton Mall area. Milano's Pizza and Subs. Monterey Consulting, sponsoring Beaver hockey this year. Also, Evan and Bonnie Vandenboss, Nancy Jeske, JM Insurance and Financial Incorporated, Jennifer and Frank Alfaro, the Koser family, Jeff and Terry Duford, our former executive producer, Jeff Duford, and then Slash Dog X, sponsoring Beaver hockey again this season. Got a message from our pal Slash Dog X. It's good to see the refs doing their best to keep both teams in line. Enjoy seeing these two teams play. Thanks, Slash Dog. It's a good one, and boy, it usually is when it's Beavercreek against Alder. They were having a chuck a puck. I have to be careful how I say that. Chuck a puck competition. We can go over football scores, although as a Cincinnati Bengal fan, it's very difficult to do. That's the Beavers, or the Bengals rather, gave one away today. They had the Bills beaten with 5 minutes to go in the game, and Joe Burrow had the Bengals down at the Bills' 30-yard line for a potential game-clinching touchdown. And then a tipped ball interception all the way back 70 yards for a pick-six touchdown gives the Bills the lead, and then the Bengals get their next possession after that. The very next pass is tipped and picked off again, and the Bills get a touchdown. And the Bengals got another touchdown themselves, but ran out of time at the end. They had a chance when they were down 32 to 27. Or no, they were down 39-34, which was the final. They had a chance to get the ball back, but they let Josh Allen run for first down, and the Bills win it 39-34. Elsewhere, other finals: Seattle 37, Atlanta 9, Tennessee 31, Cleveland 29, Minnesota 31, Washington nothing. Coach Gutterman will like that, coach from Minnesota. Miami Dolphins. How are the Miami Dolphins on a resurgence? Boy, earlier in the season, they looked dead, and it looked like their coach was going to get fired. But they have picked themselves off the mat, and they're in playoff contention. They beat the Jets 34-10. New Orleans over Tampa Bay 24-20. Jacksonville over the fading Indianapolis Colts 36-19. A big AFC North battle, Pittsburgh over Baltimore 27-22. Thursday night, in a game that probably put the Cowboys away for their playoff hopes, Detroit beats Dallas 44-30. Partial games right now. Denver 24, Las Vegas 7 in the fourth. Green Bay 21, Chicago 14 in the third. LA Rams 31, Arizona 10 in the third. Later on tonight, Houston at Kansas City. Must win for Kansas City if they want to try to have some faint playoff hopes. What's going on in the world of hockey tonight? Right now, end of the second period, Carolina 2, the Islanders 1. Second period, Sharks 3, Hurricanes 1. First period, Penguins 1, Stars nothing. One final today, Colorado just keeps on winning. The Avalanche, I don't know how they do it, but Joe Sakic, I think, is their GM, and he just keeps reloading. And I think they have one loss on the season, I think, so far. Colorado, they beat Philadelphia today 3-2. Later on tonight, my beleaguered St. Louis Blues face Montreal at Montreal tonight. Elsewhere, Vegas at the Rangers. The Columbus Blue Jackets will face the Washington Capitals in the capital city. Blackhawks at Ducks later on. National Basketball Association today. Second quarter, Denver 38, Charlotte 34. First quarter, Vancouver 38, Portland 18. Final scores, Knicks 106, Magic 100, and Celtics 121, Raptors 113. Later games, Golden State at Chicago, the Lakers at Philadelphia, Oklahoma City at Utah. College basketball today. Of course, the Dayton Flyers losing yesterday afternoon to Virginia by about 14 points. That just capped my weekend. The Ohio State Buckeye football game, the Bengals today, the Flyer basketball yesterday. I've just had a rough weekend. Right now, North Carolina over Georgetown 65-54 in the second half. Final scores, Kansas over Missouri 80-60. Alabama 97. Texas San Antonio 55. Another final, Texas Tech 82, LSU 58. Man. What else can we get into here, folks? Isaac Cruz defends his WBC interim junior welterweight title over a guy named Lamont Roach last night. Another boxing note. Tyson Fury, former world heavyweight champion, dropping a big hint that he might return to boxing. Of course, he lost 2 decisions to Oleksandr Usyk of Ukraine. Tyson Fury posted on social media yesterday, "The king must return to his throne." Of course, Fury, quite the character. So we'll see if he comes back. Anything particular in the UFC? They had a big slate of matches yesterday, I guess. What's happening in golf? Anything? The Hero World Challenge in New Providence, I guess that's Rhode Island. Matsuyama and Noren are tied at 22 under. Straka one back at 21. Spawn and Scheffler 2 back. Scotty Scheffler was unbeatable for a while on the PGA Tour. He's still on top of the rankings. Rory McIlroy second. Tommy Fleetwood third. Xander Schauffele is fourth. And who is this guy? Henley? Russell Henley is fifth. That's a guy I've never heard of. LPGA, anything? one group tour championship in the LPGA. I don't even know some of these names. Thidacule is in first. And Nana Rukara is second. Corda, I know Nelly Corda. She's third in that. Okay, everybody. I think we're getting ready to get things going. The team's coming out on the ice. Okay, we're getting ready for the start of the third period. Again, the scoring abbreviated. Just one goal in this game. Alter Evan Schultz, assisted by Logan Adams and Dixon Phillips. That was a power play goal in the first period, and that's where we're at. 1-0 for the Alder Knights. Kent Jacobs from Kettering Ice Arena, along with Aiden King, our producer engineer, and Herb Miller is our videographer today. Referees again, Eric Schreiner, Clay Terrell. Beavers in the all-black uniforms. They're on a power play for a minute and a half. There's Newroth, leaves it for Calander. Calander. Over the altar line, he's checked. Puck back to Newroth along the far wall. Rink wide pass to Drake, but it comes to center. Beavers have to circle back. Here's Haywood over the altar line. Haywood, top of the slot, shot. It's blocked wide off a stick, and the puck is cleared away. Gabe Horseman in goal for Beavercreek. Thomas Drake for Alter. Beavers, Hayden Drake behind his own net, starts out on left wing. Looking for an outlet, drops it off to Haywood. Matt Haywood across center ice, checked by Grader, and then rammed into the wall there by Phillips. Puck carries to center. Vanden Boss will dump it in. Then it's cleared back down the ice by Dixon Phillips. There's Eli Grader for Alter. Pass for DeSanto off his stick. It's picked up by Evan Schultz. Shot. Pad save by Gabe Horseman. Just 2 seconds left in the Beaver power play, and their face-off is here at their end, so they're not going to do anything with that. The penalty was on Tigrit. So the Beavers are going to go to 0 for 4 on the power play. Here's Jake Henry from the draw. Left point shot wide of the Beaver goal. Puck ricochets back to the left point. Tigrit flips it in front, and it's tipped wide of the Beaver net. Moving in front, Schultz, a shot. Blocked. Rebound cleared away. Back to get it for Alter, Lincoln Tigrit. Beavers being outshot 29-12, but credit to Gabe Horseman if it's only 1-0. Here's Evan Schultz from the corner. Behind the Beaver net, Schultz tips it in front. It's turned aside by Horseman to the corner. Knights A.J. Mahoney trying to hold it in. It tips to center. Knights right back in. There's Mahoney. Drops it off in the corner. Now a return pass to Mahoney off his stick to neutral ice. Tigert back to get it. Tigert over the Beaver line. Drops it off to Mahoney, and he backhands one wide. He didn't get good wood on that shot. For the Beavers, Vandenboss. Drew Vandenboss clears to center. Knights take it over there. Adams chips it ahead. Schultz back to Adams, broken up by Newroth. Loose puck, picked up by Prefer. Prefer, poke checked away. There's Adams behind the net, into the corner. Checked there by Breiting. They wrestle around. Loose puck comes to Tigert. Fires! Stick save by Horseman. Rebound still live in the Beaver zone. Landon Phillips off to the far corner. Now behind the net, Phillips. Checked by Breiting. Loose puck Adams. Off to the far corner now for Owe. Owe centers! One-timer by Phillips. He fanned on it. Puck was a backhander by Phillips. It's off the side of the cage. Puck centered to Owe by Henry. Deflects off behind the net. Loose puck. Newroth will clear it for Beavercreek. Play it center by Henry. Here's Chase Newroth stealing the puck. And he tried to move in on the Alder net, but has it roll off of his stick. Play is kind of bogged down here. It's 10:19 to go in the game. 1-0 Alder. Here comes Logan Adams over the Beaver line behind the net. Adams drops it off to Grader. Eli Grader, a screen shot, is off a stick, high and wide. Beavers carry out. Here's Callander over the Alder line. Callander and Grader fight for it behind the Alder net. Loose puck shot back to the corner to Phillips. Phillips chips it ahead to Phillips the other way. Dixon Phillips. Dixon Phillips, top of the slot. Now on right wing, circling around the Beaver zone. Throws it in front. Gets it back. Grader centers. It's behind Wise. Schrader can't clear it for Beavercreek. Knights hold it in. Eli Grader left wing, left point. Rink wide. Edmonds bangs it off the end wall to the corner for Grader. Grader centers a shot, saved by Horseman with a stick. DeSanto is checked. There's a shot by Edmonds, pad save, rebound, backhanded wide by Alex Wide. Beavers come back. Ethan Malik ridden into the boards by Grader. Ethan Malik has taken a lot of punishment today. There's Grader. He's checked by Malik. Puck comes loose to Drake. Drake to Haywood. To Drake. Wrist shot. He scored! Shotgun Drake. Ties the game at 1 apiece. And for the shotgun, goal number 6 of the season. Wasn't the howitzer slap shot that time, and it's a rifle wrist shot. Matt Haywood, the assist on that goal. And for Matt, that's assist number 6. Here's Jake Henry, a drive, pad save. Puck tip behind the net. They try to jam it in front, Evan Schultz. But Horseman keeps it out. Shots heavily favoring Alter at this point. 36-14. But now we're all knotted up on the scoreboard, one apiece. There's a wraparound chance for the Knights Schultz, but it's broken up. Beavers come back the other way. Vandenboss checked. There's a collision of players in front of the Alder net. Loose puck Adams. Pass at center is intercepted by Drew Vandenboss. He'll clear it in behind the net. Tyler Callender will dump it right back in the Alder zone. Under 7 minutes to go in regulation. 1-1 the score. Here's Evan Schultz around Callender. Tries to slide it behind the net. Edmonds calling for it. A shot, pad save. Rebound, and Horseman covers it up. Nice play. The pass to Edmonds, he had his stick down and he got a good one-time shot off. But do we have a penalty? So a hooking minor penalty coming up on Beavercreek. And now there's timeout on the ice. Tyler Callender was the guilty party on that hooking minor. And that's the Alder Knights that call timeout. Coach Kevin Berry wants to have a word with his charges now that they've surrendered the lead. The Knights 39-14 shot advantage, and obviously a very heavy advantage in puck possession time in the game, but it's all tied up at one apiece. .642 to go. Phillips, Schultz, Edmonds. And we got Adams and it looks like Grader on the ice now for Alder. Grader at center ice. Over the Beaver line. Drops it back. Puck deflected away to the left point, held in by Adams. Adams centers for Phillips, gets past him, and Newroth will clear it. Drake will set it up for Grader. Grader, head manning, Schultz over the Beaver line. Drake drops it back for Adams. Back to the left point, Grader. Grader, left wing circle. Adams centering. Broken up. Schultz a whack at it. It's wide. Adams, right point. Now left point, Grader. Left wing, and a shot, and Horseman has it. Shot from Adams. 5:34 to go in the third period. 53 seconds left in the Knights power play. Left wing circle face off. From the draw, puck comes all the way down the ice. 45 seconds left in the Beaver penalty. Barreling into the Beaver zone is Grader. There's a shot, tipped wide of the Beaver net. Loose puck. Logan Adams, checked by Breiting in the corner. Breiting and Adams go after it. Now Malik comes away with the puck. Malik chops it to the blue line and out of the zone. Schultz takes it over. Over the Beaver line. Evan Schultz cuts behind the net. Lost it behind him to Breiting. Then Breiting is stripped. There's a wraparound chance. And a whistle. Boy, I don't know how the puck stayed out of the Beaver net on that play. The net comes loose. That wraparound looked like it was headed in the net, but Horseman keeps it out, and then the net comes loose. There's a whistle. Prefer back on with Henry for Alter. Calander back on, and Haywood for Beavercreek. A.J. Mahoney in front of that, looking for a tip, and it got behind him. The junkyard puppy was there, but couldn't get a tip on the puck. Here's a shot the other way by Neuroth, the save made. And there's a collision between two Knights. So they can't clear the puck. Here's a centering pass. Intercepted, cleared to the blue line. Calander holds it in, but now it's stripped away. Mahoney checked from behind by Zach Vandenboss. Loose puck in the Alder zone now. Tigrit up to Henry off the wall. Henry checked by Neuroth. Loose puck, Tigrit back over the Beaver line. Shot. Stick save by Horseman to the corner. 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Both teams now back at full strength. There's a shot by Prefer. Save, and now the rebound behind the net. Prefer checked by Haywood. Loose puck near corner now. Here's Neuroth trying to tip it ahead for Schrader. He has it stripped. It's picked up by Tyler Calander. Calander will slide it in behind the Alder net. He's checked there by Prefer. Knights come up with a loose puck. Here's Tigrit. Gets around Malik. Into the Beaver zone. Shot blocked by Drake. Tigrit tries to center. It's broken up by netminder Horseman. Loose puck near corner of the Beaver zone. 2:25 to go. There's a shot. And a pad save by Horseman. Big Haas robs Logan Adams. The puck came over. Now Adams and Horseman pat each other on the shoulders. And hey, good. And Logan Adams says a good save. And Big Haas says, thanks, buddy. Face off in the Beaver zone. Horseman had to slide over across the goal mouth to stop that last shot. Puck chipped to center ice. Phillips will dump it back in the Beaver zone. Breiting behind the net to Haywood. Haywood will bang it off the far wall to center. Grader back to get it. Grader for Alter. Pass up ahead. Off a skate to Adams. And on the opposite wing, Phillips was in ahead of the play. Or do we have a penalty coming up? Logan Adams going off. He doesn't like it. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Logan Adams. Coach Kevin Berry not liking that penalty. Big power play chance for the Beavers in a tie game with 1:45 to go. Drake hammers one, deflected wide. Drake holds the puck in. Now it's tipped away. Here comes Grader. Into the Beaver zone. Grader a shot. Stick save by Horseman, and Big Hoss will hold on to it. A big chance for a shorthanded goal on that play. But Horseman, now timeout for Beavercreek. Wow, what a game we've had today, everybody. Hope you're enjoying this. What a game, folks. Shots on goal favoring Alder 45-15. Unbelievable, but it's all tied up at 1, and Beavercreek has a power play for the balance of the game. 1:25 to go in the third, 1:41 left in the unsportsmanlike penalty to Logan Adams. Okay, everybody. Calander, Haywood, Malik, Newroth, Drake on for Beavercreek. We got Schultz, and we got Grader, and we've got DeSanto on for Alter and Schultz. Play back in the Alder zone. They fight forward in the near corner. Trying to backhand it in front was Newroth. Here's Drake, a shot off a skate boot wide. Loose puck, Calander trying to hold it in. Knights come away with it. Here's Schultz. Over the Beaver line, checked by Newroth. Puck banged over to DeSanto, intercepted by Newroth. Here comes the chaser over the Alder line. Drops it to Malik. He's knocked down by teammate Newroth, and the puck is cleared away. Half a minute to go in the third period. Beavers on a one-man advantage. Pass to Newroth, intercepted by Tyrant. His pass broken up by Vandenboss. 15 seconds left. Here's Haywood to Drake. Behind the net for Vandenboss. Stolen. Tipped ahead to Edmonds. Edmonds trying to clear it. He can't. There's a shot. Pad save. And there's the buzzer to end the third period, everybody. The score after 3 periods of play is Alter 1 and Beavercreek 1. What a a game in our very first altercation of the season, everybody. Shots on goal after 3 periods, 45-16, favoring Alter. The star of the game so far has to be Beavercreek goaltender Gabe Big Hoss Horseman, stopping 44 out of 45 shots. And they will not resurface the ice. We should have a 5-minute overtime period coming. Let's see if they do like a 3-on-3. Of course, the Beavers are on a power play, so they might do 4-on-3. Let's find out. Appreciate everybody joining us, whether you're a Beaver fan or a Knight fan. Kent Jacobs from Kettering Ice Arena, along with our producer engineer Aiden King, and our camera operator today is Curve Miller. And it looks like it will be 4-on-3 for the Beavers since they have a power play for 16 seconds. What a win this would be for Beavercreek. Trying to get back into conference contention after an off year last year. And starting out 3-on-3. Here's Chase Newhoff, the shot. Save made by Drake. Big chance for Newhoff to steal the game for the Beavers. Now here's Drake. Haywood. Drake. Right point. Shotgun. Back to Haywood. And it got past him to Newhoff behind the net. His pass to Haywood is broken up. Held in at the point by Callander. Callander chips it ahead. Phillips steals it for Alder. Rims it far side. Haywood has it. Haywood knocked off the puck. Drake hammers one. He fired just wide. Penalty killed off. We're at 3-on-3 now. And the puck is iced by the Knights. The clock is still running. Are we doing a running clock? Well, clock's still running. 3:45 in the overtime. Clock is running. Here is the face-off in the Knight zone. Newhoff has it. Back to Drake. Hayden a shot, save. Rebound tipped away. Puck in and out of the trapping mitt of Drake. Henry chases it down for Alder. Checked by Malik of Beavercreek. Loose puck Schultz. Schultz bangs it to center. Give and go back to Schultz. He's tripped up and goes down, and a penalty. Chase Newhoff, he didn't mean to do it. But the Beaver captain is headed off for a tripping minor. It's kind of inadvertent, but it was a clear penalty as Newhoff's stick tripped up the Knight player. Face off in the Beaver zone. 3 minutes left in the overtime. Centering pass, deflected back. Now here's Grader a shot, tipped wide. And Hayden Drake will tip it down the ice. After it is Jake Henry. Henry working through center. Henry poke checked away before he could get a shot. Calling for the puck was Adams. Logan Adams, right wing circle, moves in, rink wide pass Schultz. Schultz behind the net, Adams. Adams back for Grader. Grader over for Schultz to Adams. Adams, shot blocked. Adams in front of shot, and it hit the goal post. No goal. Calling for it behind the net, and was Schultz in front looking for a pass, but a shot is caught by Horseman. And they must be using a running clock purposely because the clock is still running. 1:40 to go in the overtime. From the draw in the Beaver zone, Grader. Rink wide, Adams. Logan Adams gets around Vandenbosch, works in front. Shot blocked. Another shot off a stick. Pass over for Schultz. Schultz rink wide, Adams. Adams right wing in the corner. Adams drops it back to Grader. Grader back, Adams moves in, cuts right in front of shot. Oh, and Horseman was down, but the shot is wide. Gabe trying to get up. He might be shaken up. Gabe Horseman is hurt. Hold on, everybody. Gabe Horseman is injured. He is flat down on the ice, being attended to by Beaver players, and now we'll see if the medical attendant here, she's headed out. Gabe is flat on his tummy. I did not see what happened. 54 seconds left in the overtime, but the immediate concern right now is Gabe still flat on his belly. He crouched down and then slouched down to the ice. Gabe is tossing his equipment aside, his mitt, his blocker, and his helmet. Gabe is speaking. He's on one knee. He's speaking to the medical attendant. Boy, what a Gabe is on his feet. Like I said before, Gabe is the star of the game. I don't care if the Knights score a goal here to pull the game out. Gabe has stopped 47 out of 48 shots. So even if the Knights pull this game out, Gabe Horseman is our #1 star of the game. And I think Gabe is going to stay in the game. It'll be interesting to find out what the injury was, but Gabe is going to stay in the game. Looks like he's stretching his back out. All right, 54 seconds to play in overtime. Puck shot to center ice for Newroth. Over the altar line, Newroth. Puck came off his stick and shot to Schultz at center, but it's past him. Icing violation on Alter. 25 seconds on a running clock. Face off in the Alter zone. Couple of players collide. Here comes Logan Adams. Head manning Schultz over the Beaver line. Rink wide Adams. Shot. Pad save by Horseman. 10 seconds left. Puck behind the Beaver net. Drake has it. And we're going to go do a shootout. Buzzer sounds the end of the overtime. Got a message from Megan Mahoney. Hey, Megan. And she says she's praying that Gabe Horseman is all right. Thanks, Megan. That's very nice a sentiment. It looks like he's okay. He's staying in the game. And what are we going to have? Are we going to have a shootout or not? So we're not going to have a shootout. It's going to go as a tie. Well, I guess that's the case. They must not have time to play a shootout, so the teams congratulate each other at center ice. I heard Coach Kevin Berry yell out to Beaver coach Greg Gutterman, and we're going to do a shootout, and Greg said no. I think it has to do with the time element on how much time that this game has been allotted to the rink. Well, that's most unfortunate. Would love to have seen a shootout. Would have been very exciting. So that will do it for our first altercation in the season, apparently. As the game ends in a 1-1 tie. Or we'll see. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Okay, now we might be doing a shootout. Hold on, everybody. Are the players going back on? I can't see why they couldn't. The rink couldn't give them the time to play a quick shootout. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do it. Yep, they're closing up the gates to the Zamboni, and we're going to do it. We're going to have a shootout. That's fantastic. Got a message from Slash Dog. Good, hard-fought game. Well, we're going to do it. That's fantastic. All right, everybody. So it'll be Gabe Horseman in goal still for the Beavers and Thomas Drake for the Knights. And we're going to have a 3-round shootout. And if it remains tied, then they would continue with 1-round shootouts until we get a winner. But initially, we'll go with 3 rounds. And here's Ethan Malik, who started out for the Beavers. Malik in on Drake. Malik a shot. And a save is made by Drake. Now it's Eli Drader for Alter. Here comes Grader in on Big Haas, a shot, and it's wide. Horseman may have gotten a piece of that with his stick. So nothing after 1 round of the shootout. Now here's Beaver team captain and leading scorer Chase Newroth. Here comes the chaser. In on Drake. Up the slot. Fakes, shoots. He scores! Chase Newroth. Second round shooter for Alter is Dixon Phillips. Beavers lead shootout 1-0. Here is Phillips. In on Horseman. Phillips fakes and he shoots, and it's off the side of the net. Beavers lead after 2 rounds, 1-0. And if they get a goal here, that'll clinch it. Here's Hayden Drake. Referee Terrell speaking to Hayden. Here he comes. Over the ultra line. Here comes the shotgun. Fake shoots, and a nice job by Drake to stuff Hayden at the side of the net. Here we go. This is it. Logan Adams, if he scores, will continue with the shootout. If he does not, the game will be over and the Beavers will win it. Here comes Logan Adams, right wing, looking in on the Beaver goal. Save made by Horseman. And the Beavers win it 2-1 as they mob Big Hoss in the Beaver zone. How about that? Boy, I'm glad we did this shootout. Glad they decided not to call it after a tie. How about that, everybody? Chase Newroth with the winning goal in the shootout. They win the shootout 1-0, and then, of course, are awarded the game-winning goal for the game. And they win it 2-1. How about that, everybody? What a thriller. How about that? What a win tonight for the Beavercreek Beavers. Again, the scoring summary of the game. The altar goal was scored in the first period by Evan Schultz. And for Evan, his 13th goal of the season. And the assist went to Logan Adams. And for Adams, his 15th assist of the season. And Dixon Phillips. And for Dixon, his 9th assist of the season. And that's the lone altar goal of the game. The Beavercreek goal to tie it late in the third period was Hayden Drake. And for Shotgun Drake, that was his 6th goal of the season. And the assist went to Matt Haywood. And for Matt Haywood, that was his 6th assist of the season. And that's where we're at, tied at 1 apiece after 3 periods. They played a 5-minute overtime and did not score. So they went to the shootout. And the lone goal of the 3-round shootout belonged to Chase Newroth of the Beavers. They win the shootout 1-0, and therefore they win the game today by a score of 2-1. Got a message from Nancy Jeske. Says, congrats to the Beavers. Megan Mahoney, our pal, she's from the Knights contingent. She says, congrats to the Beavers. And Nigel Gunn, our good friend. Hello, everybody. Nigel Gunn, our good friend, says, great game with the correct result. Well done, boys. Nigel Gunn is a great fan of Beavercreek hockey and supporter of Beavercreek hockey. Thanks, Nigel. And then, again, our friend Megan Mahoney says, happy birthday to the junkyard puppy. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm glad you passed that along, Megan. So happy birthday to the junkyard puppy. And that's AJ Mahoney, the younger brother of the junkyard dog, Danny Mahoney. And tough Tough game for AJ. AJ had a couple of chances in close today, but just couldn't quite get his stick on it. But we do say a happy birthday to AJ just the same. And Terry DeFord, hey, Terry. She's the wife of our original executive producer, Jeff DeFord. Terry says, congrats to the Beavers, great game. That was a good one. So, again, the shots on goal for the game, officially, Alter 48 and Beavercreek 20. But Big Hoss stood tall and literally and figuratively, big 6'5" Beavercreek goalkeeper. He really played a whale of the game. Let's pick up a 3 stars for this contest, everybody. It'll be a tough one. Let's give the number 3 star of the game to Evan Schultz of Alter. Evan was the goal scorer, a power play goal in the first period for the Knights. The number 2 star of the game goes to Beavercreek Captain Chase Newroth for winning the game in the shootout. And the number 1 star of the game is, of course, Gabe Horseman, stopping 47 out of 48 shots. Hayden Drake, honorable mention, shotgun got the goal to tie it. The also award a hard hat in the game. I'm going to give the hard hat to Ethan Malik. Man alive, Ethan, man, he was getting knocked around out there, but he just got right back up and kept on going. So we'll give the hard hat today to Ethan Malik. So again, the 3 stars, Evan Schultz, number 3, Chase Newroth, number 2, Gabe Horseman, our star of the game, and a special mention to Gabe, or to the shotgun, Hayden Drake, for tying the game. And well, we appreciate everybody joining us. Glad you were able to pull yourself away from football to join us for hockey this afternoon. What a game. It's our first altercation of the season, and there's going to be probably about 4 or 5 more. So should be very exciting on the season. So with the win, Beavercreek goes to 4-3 on the season. With a loss, Alter drops to 7-2. Next action for the Beavers is going to be, let me pull it up, folks. I should have already known this. Next action for the Beavers will be next Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, and it will be here against the Troy Trojans at 8:30 p.m. So coming up Saturday night, the Beavers will be playing Troy at 8:30 in another tough Southwest Ohio High School Hockey League game. So thanks everybody for joining us. So whether you're a Beaver fan or a Knight fan, it's always fun to get together and what is what I call a very friendly rivalry, crosstown rivalry between the Beavers and the Knights. And we look forward to the next time these two teams get together. So speaking for our videographer today, Curve Miller, and Aiden King, our producer engineer, my name is Kent Jacobs. Again, the final score in a shootout, the Beavercreek Beavers 2 and the Alter Knights 1. Until Saturday night, we bid you good evening, everybody, from the Kettering Ice Arena.